what do you think about are the biggest challenges in the shopping journey or purchasing journey today?
It's too many steps. We're 20 years into e-commerce, and you still see that the normal purchase journey involves, you click on an ad, you click on an email, you land on a website, you do a multi-step browsing journey, and then nothing is remembered when you actually go to checkout. And consumers don't expect that, right? They expect things that are instant. If I know what I want, if I'm ready to order, there shouldn't be any friction between that moment of inspiration and discovery and the moment that the payment is complete.
The point of sale is starting to become increasingly the beginning of a journey, not the end of a journey. So how do you continue to serve your customers and service your customers as most of the world becomes more of a subscription, so to speak, how they're coming back and purchasing more and doing more with their products.
What expectations do customers have regarding flexible payment products and their experience at the retailer's checkout?
I think that the first layer is they expect everything to be secured and compliant. Those are payments products, financial services, financial products. The second layer is that they expect everything to be fast. They expect everything to be simple. And then it's all about choice and personalization. I think that now the customers are expecting both the consumers and the merchants to have a range of financial product with the ability to customize and personalize the specific product into this specific consumer with the specific thing that he is buying.
When you think about consumers' demand for ease of use and frictionless payment, can you talk about how OneText helps meet that need, and maybe a little bit more specifically how millennials and Gen Zs might be driving that change?
I think historically payments have been a last mile solution when you look at how e-commerce works. And so at OneText, our goal is to really reverse that model. So we go directly to a consumer through text message. So texting is an amazing marketing channel, it's an amazing communication channel, and we can say, hey, we have a new product, would you like to buy it? And then the shopper can literally just reply yes and place the order. But something that's actually surprised us, we found that our product is really well attuned to boomers. That the e-commerce space has become really complicated. It is hard to navigate a modern website. There's so many offers and pop-ups and all these things, and so we work with a number of brands that are serving older customers, and they feel really intimidated shopping online. And then when they receive an offer or follow-up via text, it just gets rid of all the complexity for them.
How can AI be leveraged to drive a more authentic experience? Can you also touch on how AI is being used to help address security concerns?
So what you're able to see now on the consumer side when dealing with these brands is you can get the efficiency and the speed of being able to deal with AI, which is always on, so to speak. But by contrast to what you had to go through before with clunky chatbots, you can also now get something that feels humanized. And then the second question you touched on is all about security, right? So we talked about security in the purchasing process, security in payments, but there's also now increasingly security in your data. Now it's become more important than ever that this kind of technology is actually preserving security, not breaking it, right? And so some of the cool techniques that a lot of vendors are doing on the back end, and folks like us here at Forethought are doing, are leveraging generative AI to kind of make generative AI more secure.
I'd like to get your perspective on how banks and merchants should be thinking about digital integration into the customer journey.
We think that the notion of e-commerce, in-store, call center, in-home is an old one. There is one consumer, and we call it now omni-commerce. There is one consumer, they might apply online and buy in-store. They might apply in-store and buy via the call center afterwards. There is one consumer, and we need to create a seamless experience. This is what we do in ChargeAfter.
We're really excited about thinking about payments as both a push and a pull. Mm-hmm. So, historically, when you think about a credit card model dating back to the 50s, there's this idea that when the merchant is ready to do a transaction, they can pull funds from a one-time payment. We think things get really exciting when you can go the other way, when actually the payment method can push in. That requires a very deep level of embedding. You need to be able to integrate directly into the merchant's point of sale so that you can create an order, run stock checks, do a lot of the things that the merchant would typically do on their own. But as experiences get more personalized, as customers demand smoother experiences, those lines need to blur.
I'd love to ask you guys what consumer trends you're focused on today.
The subscription economy concept where things that you thought you purchase once and you're done with are now becoming a subscription model. Like all of these businesses, all these brands are now building all of their products around, hey, once you're a customer with us, we want you to be successful for life.
The retailers are looking for more and more financial services that they can offer. They view financial services as a way to increase the consumer or business loyalty, and we see it in a very clear way. They're not only looking to enable the consumer to pay, but also to get the credit at point of sale financing, and offer them other financial services.
What advice would you give a merchant when they're looking for tools or capabilities to create a much more seamless experience for a customer across digital and physical channels?
That it's all digital, right? It's the split, I think, is between a virtual interaction between the consumer and the brand and physical interaction. But I think that what the retailer are starting to understand, that it's all digital. The same engine, the same tools should serve e-commerce and in-store and the other places.
How do each of you keep customers central to your strategy, and what do you think today's brands need to do to attract and retain and make customer loyalty part of their DNA?
On the merchant side, I think helping maintain those relationships, just knowing that you're a partner, right? Merchants really appreciate it when you can go the extra mile, prove that you understand their business, prove that you're there with them. I think it's a unique challenge of our solution is that we get to learn what the merchants' products are, what they're selling, how their bundles work, how their discounts work, and so we're building that intelligence into our platform. And I think merchants appreciate that there is that much of an alignment between their payment method and their business and how they communicate.
Spend time in the field. Whether you're a startup or a Fortune 500 company, I think there's so much to learn from the consumer, so much to learn from your end user, from your buyer. Everyone should be doing customer support, every once in a while, listening to what are the big complaints, what are the things that are going wrong. And that's, again, whether you're in kind of the corporate office or working in product or whatever that is.